In this video, you'll learn how tracks can be used to control object visibility and active states in Timeflow. Tracks have a mode setting displayed in the Values column, which we can expand by pressing the small arrow in the top right of the object panel. The default track mode is on, which means that the object's visibility and active state remains unaffected. Note, however, that animation behaviors on the object only update within the track sections, no matter which mode is selected. To show the influence of tracks visually, a subtle shadow is drawn over the areas outside of the track. Note that this affects all children and behaviors below it, and nothing in the shaded areas gets updated during those times, with some exceptions we'll cover in a moment. You may further customize the display of track shading in the Timeflow preferences. Additional modes allow the track to control the object's active state, or alternatively, the renderer state, to animate the visibility of objects. Which mode you choose depends on the needs of the situation. If you want the game objects to fully turn on and off, that is, to be enabled and disabled with each track section, then select the Activate mode. Note, however, that when a game object is deactivated, it is fully off and its scripts are no longer processed. Beware that sometimes activating objects on the fly, particularly when they have large data sets, can cause a momentary performance hit, so should be avoided except when needed. A better option to show and hide objects is to select the Renderer mode. This hides objects by disabling their rendering components, while leaving the game object active but invisible. This also includes hiding and showing colliders, so that invisible objects no longer interact with physics or raycasting. Using the Renderer mode is generally a more performant option for animating object visibility, and doesn't cause the same issues as with Activate mode. Track modes work hierarchically, affecting the state of its children and descendants, with a couple of exceptions. Sometimes you may need a particular channel to continue updating regardless of its parent state, in which case you can enable Always Update from the context menu by right-clicking on the channel. This results in the object ignoring any track states of its parents and updates regardless. This can be clearly illustrated on a tween channel by toggling this option on and off and noticing how the graph drawing changes in the shaded areas. Another way a child may ignore its parent state is to use the mode Renderer Independent. This mode is only meaningful when the object is under a parent using the Renderer mode. This allows a child to retain its visibility or remain hidden separately from its parent objects. In the next video, we'll discuss using markers and the jump menu.